Good morning, guys. Welcome to the live stream. The purpose for this live stream is just to follow the Bitcoin price in all four major exchanges and just have a live conversation going. See what some of the experts are saying. So here is tone base about what's going on until we figure out what's going on.
Source. There's no sources. And if you go to Twitter, if you go to hashtag Bitcoin and you look at the top tweets, like here's one from Crypto Squeeze, not really familiar with his work, but here, one, open an enormous Bitcoin short position. Two, bribe some underpaid reporter to speak fake news about China banning Bitcoin again. Question marks and then profit. I mean, that was like one of the most popular tweets. Here's BTC China. BTC China exchange is operating normal and has not received any directives from the Chinese regulators. We'll keep you posted. Here's Whale Panda. I mean, China banning. We should ban China from Bitcoin. And here is Samson Mao. Read the article about the shutdown of exchanges in China. They have no sources at all. It's just conjecture, right? And here he is again. Where is he? Here it is. Would you believe news on CNN saying Bitcoin is banned in the US without any statements or sources from the SEC or CFTC or the New York Department of Financial Services, right? So this is basically fake news. Here's Max Kaiser making fun of the situation. There's no credibility there, right? There's no credibility there. Here's that news. I have the link in my video description. This one I really liked. I was just sent this the moment before I was going live. I did not have time to read the details, but this is the official statement from the Chinese government about ICOs. I agree with this 100%. 100%. Okay? All that they're talking about is illicit funding. Here it is. No organization or individual shall engage in illegal fundraising through coin offerings. I agree with this. Okay? Every ICO to me is illegal funding of a company. It's breaking all kinds of laws, and these laws are there for a reason. You may disagree with them, but these laws have been around for a while. On fundraising, there are certain laws you need to follow. When you don't follow these laws, all you have are scams. All you have are people taking other people's money, okay? This is all China is talking about. Financial institutions and non-bank payment institutions shall not conduct business related to coin offering, fundraising, and trading. This is all ICOs. Even in here, there is a specific statement. Hold on a second. Here it is. The essential attributes of fundraising through coin offering. Financing through coin offering refers to financing bodies raising virtual currencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum from investors.
So we're running the tone-based commentary right now until we get some viewers watching.
Tokens.
On
This is what I
our
have
left
been talking
are
about
the
for
live
3
prices.
years. Well, maybe not fully 3
the purpose
years.
of this
But
live
unfortunately,
session
Ethereum
is
one of
to
these
just get the community
illegal
chatting.
ICOs
And what are you
that
guys
did
doing
it
to prepare
through raising
for
Bitcoin
this
by illegal
crash?
means that I have been
And,
talking about for years.
Let's get the discussion going.
These
So
ICOs are no
start
different than Ethereum. It's unfortunate that Ethereum is classified in the same breath as Bitcoin. It shouldn't. Ethereum was an illegal fundraise. You can disagree with the law, but the law is on the books for a reason. Now, that is my opinion that it's an illegal fundraise. And if these other ICOs are deemed illegal, then Ethereum should be as well. Bitcoin, however, is a completely different animal. Bitcoin was proof of work. Bitcoin did not have a couple of guys on TV saying, give us
Guys,
money,
say hello
we'll
in
give
the
you
comments.
a token. That's not how Bitcoin
So we can
was
start
created,
our
but that's
discussion.
how Ethereum was created. For more on why Ethereum
Or otherwise
is
I
an
can just
unlicensed,
play some YouTube
unregistered, illegal
videos.
security, please
Let's hear
look
this guy.
at my crypto scam episode number 8, which
Guys, this is Carter Thomas with Coin Mastery TV. Make sure you go and download the podcast if you haven't already. Go to coinmastery.com/iTunes if you're using iTunes. Coinmastery.com/Android, which will take you to Google Play Music, and you might have to still look up Coin Mastery. 100% definitive proof. I think that most people would agree, though, that the momentum and the signs are pointing that way. And there are a few indicators that are kind of ambiguous. So that's what it is. I can't give you a clear answer on this. And I'll tell you why. And this is going to potentially sound a little bizarre, but bear with me. And I probably talked to 8 people I trust. Some are technical analysis, some are macro, some are traders, right? There's a combination of everyone, because this is the first time that we've had one of these down cycles that at the bottom, it didn't have the same feeling of, okay, I'm glad that's over with, we're done, we can move up. And I know that there's nothing
Too many
scientific about that other than it's just a gut feel after going through however many we've gone through this year, maybe 4 or 5, right? I didn't go through the 2013 one. I didn't care nearly as much as I care now. So I haven't seen like a real bad one.
People watching
other than
live
the
right
July
now,
one,
please
which was
comment
40%,
on
which was,
what
that
what
was a
to
little
cover and
sketchy.
what should we talk about?
But what I have noticed, and maybe you agree with me, maybe not, is that at least this year, every time the Bitcoin market has gone down a lot, I'm going to switch over to a 4-hour chart. Every time the market has gone down in a significant way, there's been 3 phases of the fear. What happens is there's a big drop, and everyone's like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then it kind of trickles around and everyone's on edge, just like, oh my God, what just happened? What does this mean? And then there's always a second event that drops fear. That's when everyone starts to freak out a little bit more. And that's when you start to see people starting to sell stuff because they're like, oh my God, this may be bigger than I expected. But it inevitably works itself out. And that's what just happened. And this is just my opinion, right? This is just my own experience. And this happened with the China thing, right? With NEO, had a drop, and then we saw a second drop, and then it started to come back, and that's what we're seeing right now. But every other time, at least from what I remember, and I write a lot of this down so that because your memory is only as good as, it's good to write stuff down so that you recall memories. Every other time, there's been a third wave that after the panic sellers, and everyone's like, oh man, is that over? And then there's this third, it's not usually the biggest, it's usually just this extra push continued down where that's when people kind of go into shock, and they're like, oh my God. And if you look back, I think it's the first video I've ever did on Coin Mastery. It was that day of July, that Sunday. Maybe it's the second video. And that was the day when everyone was like kind of freaking out, and I was thinking to myself, man, this is really crazy, but this is when it's really good to be buying because it feels like it's never coming back up.
Watch the charts. And
every other time you've had that third wave, this recent down thing didn't have that third thing. It didn't have that third push down. Now that doesn't mean that it's the third thing is coming. It may that's just the nature of this particular down cycle. But that is why I'm having a harder time than usual committing back and being like, all right, that's done. Let's get going. I do think we're showing all the signs of a bull market. But, take it for what it's worth. Now, what does this mean for you? I don't think it really means anything. I do think that we're back on the right track. But what I do think that, well, one thing I'm going to do.
Guys, what are you doing?
You know,
are you guys buying? Are you guys waiting? What price are you guys going to buy at?
A couple of people alluded to this.
Come on, share
but one
with
person
me.
really crystallized this in a way
Let's
that
hunt the
made
market
sense.
together.
And this kind of articulated
So I personally bought a little
when
bit
you
of
look
Bitcoin.
at this curve from July,
And then I have some orders
that
set.
bottom in July,
One
up
at
to where we are
4,000
now.
and one
Something about this
3,700.
wasn't rubbing
What
me the
about
right
you
way.
guys?
Something about it just didn't.
What are you guys
It
planning
didn't have
on
the
doing?
right profile, and what it turns out that was after someone much smarter than I am pointed out very easily, which I completely missed, is this block of time, right? So for anybody listening, I am looking at early August.
Comments.
There was a
Come
run
on.
up
Comment.
right here. Was it August 4th that went from 28, let's say 28.50 on GDAX up to say 3,084. It's just a
Don't
straight
confuse me
vertical
for
line.
Rich
And if
TV
you
Live,
take this
though.
line and you go down
Nothing
to
like that, guy.
1 hour, assuming it'll go back that far, even on the 1 hour charts, it's straight up, right? If you can take it down to the 30-minute, it'll still be straight up. And what's weird about that is that when
There's
you
another
look at
tool.
every chart, not even in crypto, just in finance in general, you almost never see
Oh, there is no
period
other person
of
talking.
pure vertical
It's
growth
just I'm
that
playing a
doesn't
YouTube video
inevitably-
until the comments
what's
going
get called
starts
traded
get
out,
going.
right? Where the curve comes back down and
we can
consolidates
stop
those
the
buy
video.
orders and
Oh,
creates the
I can
actual
lower this
market
volume.
event. This is more theoretical on the economic side. But that
How's it now?
really drives me crazy. I didn't even realize that until I talked to him. And so for you guys, if you're watching this, if you're listening, I do not think that there's anything dire about what's going on. All the signs are pointing
How's it now?
back up.
BH 635.
As I said,
Okay.
couple buy orders.
So I thought I would play some YouTube video relevant to the topic of crash until the chat gets going. So yeah, waiting for people to join in, start commenting about what they are doing, what are they thinking, stuff like that. So until that gets going, well, I bought a little bit of ARK. And I also bought a little bit of Bitcoin. I think you're thinking LTC. Let's check out LTC. So we can, since you're talking, we can shut him up. LTC 6580 right now. Oh boy, seems like LTC. Okay. So what's the price you got it at? Oh, you're thinking. Well, LTC does follow BTC. So when BTC recovers, surely LTC will go up with it. I was thinking a little bit about Cloak Coin. A problem with the Cloak Coin is that it shot up so much. Okay, 15.60%. Oh, it's going down now too. So since these are going down, perhaps Bitcoin can come up. What do you guys think? Let's see what the total market is doing. Let's check it out. All negative. Let's check out the biggest losers, or biggest. Faircoin, Cloak Coin, and Bytum seems to be the one taking the most. Monero. So I got into ARK. I bought it at 225, so still a little bit up. But yeah, I mean, it's a long-term game. I'm not worried. Other than that, what else I was thinking? To be the secure. Oh, cannot remember. Other 5 people joining us, please comment on. Okay, so Bitcoins BH635 says also looking at Bitcoins. Let me share the chat here. Okay, boom. So let's check out what's up with Bitcoins. Coins. I'm running out of real estate here to share more screens. Bitcoins. Ooh. Yeah, seems like a nice big bottom. Are you how low do you think it's gonna go? Do you think it's stopped going down at this moment? Let's check out one day. What is Bitcoins about? Invest in the future.
In this video, we will show you the many unique advantages that Bitcoins offers in the world of cryptocurrency. Everyone knows about Bitcoin, but there are hundreds of other rapidly growing cryptocurrencies to choose from. Each one requires their own private and public keys and often a dedicated digital wallet. How do you know which coins to buy?
I'm trying to figure out what is it all about quickly.
Currency, and how do you keep your funds safe and secure at all times? Bitcoins combines a universal mobile wallet with a secure liquidity layer that works with multiple cryptocurrencies and coins. This means that you can carry and use a variety of crypto funds wherever you go. Here's how it works.
So I think it's a competition to OMG, right?
To instantly purchase diversified baskets
OMG,
of
it's baskets.
You could buy a basket of big cap coins, such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, and NEM. Or, if you choose, you could pick privacy.
Let's check out what's going on with the OMG.
Bitcoins even offers baskets of community-curated crowd sale coins, like Augur made sale.
OMG. OMG is minus 10%. Think a good sale? Right now? Yeah, it will be a nice little dip. Another nice little dip is my all-time favorite, NLC2. Only penny coin with working platform in beta testing. And if someone was to buy it now, I'll get a nice little dip price of 72.86. I hurried up. You got OMG at 750. Let me check. Wow, you must have bought like right at the bottom of the bit. Good job, man. Hold on, I gotta get some water for me. Yeah, seems like you timed it perfectly. 750, that is awesome. When is the Ethereum drop going to happen? Do you think it will dip after the Ethereum drop? I mean, when is the when exactly is it happening? Is it too hard to see? I was asking about the airdrop. Seems like every Ethereum owner is going to get OMG for free, airdropped to them. So I was asking, when is the airdrop happening? Every ETH owner will get so yeah, every ETH owner is going to get might have already been happening. I'm not keeping track of it because I'm not the owner of ETH. So yeah, more OMG coming your way. Just watch out. Maybe for the very short term, the price might drop. But if you're in a long term, I wouldn't even worry about it. Imagine every Ethereum owner getting OMG. What would that do to the publicity of OMG? So, it's anybody's guess. They got Vitalik Buterin on their team, so I guess they pulled the strings for OMG or something. Really anybody's guess. In crypto land, they have all sorts of strategies just to get the publicity out. But everybody having OMG will be definitely. Yeah, so if you are in OMG, then why would you go in Binance? Like, sort of seem like their competition. The other people, let's contribute to the chat so we got something to talk about. So here's a question for everybody else watching. What are you guys getting on? Like, what are you guys buying during this dip? Forgot to check the biggest gainers and the biggest losers. And also, if you guys have suggestion what I should play in the bottom window, we can also listen to some live channels or what have you. Gainers and losers. Man, Fedora coin is always like in one of the two. Honest, nothing too much known here. Bite him. And the biggest losers. Oh wow, there's an infinite coin now. Ooh, what a drop. What is infinite coin all about? Oh, I can't even make a proper website. Be a miner? Yeah, just nice music, whatever. What else is going on, guys? It's going to be a long day. Anybody joining us right now, get the chat active so we have stuff to talk about. So the reason I have all 4 exchanges up is because last time I made a mistake by just doing the graphs on one of the exchange and forgot to take into account what else is going on the other exchanges, and that came and bit me. So I thought it would be very beneficial to have all 4 of them side by side, so we can have a better estimation on when it's going to dip to its lowest. So it seems like 2 of them are on the up. For some reason, I feel like Gemini goes the lowest and GDAX is usually the highest price, which is also kind of true right now. No, actually not. Seems like Bitstamp is the lowest.
Should set, if you know, if you want, you could set some buy orders down here just in case, because at some point it just, you know, the fundamentals always end up working out. And like I said, I could be totally, this could be way off, but that's what was going on. Now let's flip over to altcoins. Let's talk about what's going on in the altcoin market. And I think one thing I would really encourage everybody, I want to talk about today, is what do you do after these market crashes? Because this is when people think that you make a lot of money, when in reality you can make just as many bad decisions after a correction as during a correction. When you see things starting to go up, when you see things in the green and you start to see certain ones going up faster than others, it's just as tempting to start selling things off, or it's just as tempting to start buying into things while you're seeing these big green, percent.
So like, is there a cost in putting a really low buy? No, not really. I mean, the cost is that I might not get filled. But no, there's no cost. You can put it. No, if it doesn't get your price, there's no cost. You can just cancel it and you wouldn't lose a penny. So fire away. Make like 3,200. Hi Tree, how you doing? How are your branches holding? So I was watching all 4 of these graphs and I thought, why not make a live stream and watch it with you guys, and let's discuss what's going on. So I'm reading the chat right away, and we're having like a little conversation. So Slacker and Tree, during this dip, what are the coins that you guys are looking at, or what are the coins that you guys bought? And let's look at them together over on this window. So put it on the chat and let's look at them. Until you share, I bought ARK. So during this dip, I got it about like I think I got like 247 in USD. But seems like we are not out of the woods at this point. Well, however, I'm gonna hold it a little bit long term. See what's gonna happen. I bought nothing. I'm all in on CHC. I'm gonna just sit still, do nothing. See, well, let's see what's going on with CHC. Like, CHC. Yeah, I mean, like I bought CHC too, and I just forgot about it. So what I would advise you is maybe just diversify a little tree, because like you don't have to be all in on CHC. All in on any coin, no matter how much we support it, is not a good decision. Sometimes you don't know what happened. They pull the plug from underneath you. Well, what are you gonna do then? So, ooh, seems a little bit of up. It's doing a lot of up and down, up and down. People are day trading it. Hit 20 cents, 4,600. Don't know what to do about CHC. I just have some and I just forgot about it. That is true too. You do not want to sell it for 19 cents. If you had an order for 5K or 57K, you might be lucky, because you know what CHC does? It goes up. People are like, oh, good price, sell, sell, sell. And goes down, buy, buy, buy. Up, sell, sell, sell. So what you want to do is just put in sell orders at high, buy orders at low. Just go keep swinging with them. I mean, I don't know what else to advise you at this stage. You're holding a whole bag of CHC. If it does come out of the woods, I don't think it's going to just be like shoo. It's gonna come out of the woods slowly. It's a long-term hold if you do not want to check the market, but it seems like you're pretty engaged in the market. So if you are engaged in the market, maybe diversify. I don't know. Well, that's a good strategy too. Anyways, don't have much else to share at the moment. I guess I will stream in a little bit. I have something to take care of real quick, so bye for now. Unless you guys have something to share, any other coin, we can take a quick look at it. Nothing. I will all catch up with you guys a bit later. Bye for now. Alright, hold on, I came back because Slacker had a question. What about getting cash in? Favorite exchange? Well, my favorite exchange of all time is Bittrex. And getting cash in, the way you do it is you have to go through Coinbase, but I usually just get money in through Coinbase and then go onto GDAX and have the money transferred into GDAX and then buy through there, because if you buy through Coinbase, then I have to pay a huge amount of fees. So yeah, so it's Coinbase to get money from your bank or from your credit card into Coinbase, and then once you have money in your dollar wallet on Coinbase, then you go to GDAX and then click on the tab. I made a video on how to get money out of Coinbase into GDAX, because GDAX and Coinbase is the same thing. And yeah. Slacker, did you buy anything during this dip? Guys, what do you think? I feel like we are beginning to come out of the dip. See, earlier I was saying that the one mistake I used to make before. Oh, you're trying to get cash in? Through where? Where are you trying to get cash in? Are you using Gemini? Are you using Coinbase? What are you using? So until your Slacker replies, I want to cover this one thing really quickly. So the reason I have these 4 windows open is I was looking very deeply into the graph, and the mistake I made was I had just one exchange, GDAX, open, and I did some calculations. I looked into the GDAX graph, and I was like, I was certain, okay, we're out of the woods. But what happened was other exchanges were signaling that we were still in deep doo-doo. So right now, if you guys see, all 4 exchanges are signaling as we are probably out of the woods, and that is why I had all 4 major exchanges up here. So I am kind of thinking that we might be out of the woods at this point. See all of them shooting up, and that was the whole point of having 4 open. I'm trying to get, you use Coinbase. Wire didn't go out before 2 p.m. So Wire, I never used Wire, Slacker. I just have my bank account hooked up with Coinbase. I think it takes them about 3 to 4 days, and within 3 to 4 days, once your bank account is all hooked up with Coinbase, it's really easy to get money in. Actually, it's kind of instant, and then once you sell, you can sell it directly and deposit it back to your bank. So try to get your bank hooked up with Coinbase. And another thing that you want to do, let me go to Coinbase. What are you asking me? Oops. Stupid cars. Oh, it's asking. Anyways, this is the wrong computer. It's asking me to create account. Yeah, this is the wrong computer. But you wanna put your money into your whatchamacallit, into your dollar vault. And then once you have it on your dollar vault, then you go to gdax.com, and then you just, there are options here which I have a whole video about. Then you can get your money from Coinbase into the GDAX, and there's no charge for that, and you can just use their GDAX exchange to do your trading. Waiting for the 2 test deposits now. Okay. Yeah, well, I think I'm pretty sure that the wire must be pretty complicated. That's why I never tried it. Yeah. But the good news seems to be that we are out of the woods, and I believe we are gonna go up now. So if you guys haven't bought Bitcoin yet, going once, going twice, boom, end of sale. Alright, I have to take care of a few things. I'll be back later. So take care all. Bye bye.